Today we'll go over like a further distance kind of thing, guard retention when we're not really connected. I think it's important because sometimes when people just play guard, they just lay down and they lose their frames. Okay. Let me use. Where's the Zuzu at? Mr. Zuzu, come here. All right. You can lay down, please. So Miguel's here on his back, legs up, right? Elbows to your knees. Like this is his frame, right? He has his knees to his elbows. This is his box, and my goal is to get to here. But to get there, I have to manage the distances. I have to get past his feet. If I get past his feet, I have to worry about the knee and then the femur, and then after I get past the knee and femur, I worry about his arms, and then after that, it becomes like his the humerus here. Okay, so keeping that in mind for both top and bottom, it will give you guys more stages of like safety. Because sometimes if you just like remove your frames and all this exposure here, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. So just keep that in mind when you are on top and bottom, that there are stages that people have to pass through to get closer. Okay. One thing I like to tell people too is like when you're playing guard from like a further distance, knees always up, and I like to have my toes pointed to your own nose and then heels to the ceiling. It takes a lot of like effort to get used to this, like building this habit. But if your toes point away, you're just gonna be weak, right? So toes to you, heel to the ceiling, so your guard is strong. Because again, this is the first frame we want to deal with, okay? Now let's talk about like when somebody grabs your pants. If Miguel puts his feet on the inside of my bicep, right here, he has a grip, right? His foot is his grip, but even still, I can then toss his leg and my grip is strong. So whenever somebody grabs my pants, I always try to circle my heel from the outside in. It makes my grip a lot weaker, okay? Because if it's here, easy throw by, right? But if he circles from the outside in, see how my wrist is all awkward? It's like this. I don't want my wrist here, I want my wrist strong. So you'll see a lot of times people who pass guard with the pants, they're always like moving the pants here to get around. So again, if you're here in this situation, he's gonna bring his heel out, and this is really uncomfortable here, okay? That's one thing to keep in mind. The next thing to keep in mind too is if his knees are here and everything has everything in check, using your own arms to support your frames will also help. If I'm here and I just push his leg down, you see he's not really supported, both sides. So what can Miguel do on bottom to help support his frame? He can use a C grip on the outside of his thighs and then opening his elbow out. Now if I was to put pressure into him here, you see he's just supporting himself with the structure of his body. If he closes his elbow and he has his frame, it's too linear. Now even still here, I will be able to turn Miguel. So if any time you guys are here, use your hand on the outside of your thigh. If you hold too low, like towards the butt, your arm is opened up, making your frame non-existent, okay? So you'll feel it too when like I'm here and I try to throw by, he's gonna support yourself. This is too much work. Now if he doesn't support himself, it's easy for me to do this, and then now I can start working outside. Even here outside of this situation, he can still use his own arm to support himself to prevent me from getting his hips to the other side, which is good for him, bad for me, right? But also, right, if I say that, we worked from this position here, even though I can't pass this way, I can still pass to the near side, okay? So we got that, right? So if anybody grabs your pants, try to circle out. Now, it's not bad going in because you have a grip, but it is easier for me on top to get rid of this here. Versus if he circles to push this away, it's really difficult. If I'm gonna throw by, that's not gonna work. And next thing too, using your own arms as your support. I always like to think of these things as if you're building a wall, right? And you have something to support it, so it takes time to stay upright. This is what this is for me. Okay, so elbow open, not closed. If it's closed, it's here. Okay. The next thing too is, let's say if I get to this Toriano position, I see all too often people frame the wrong body part. They will frame the hips before the shoulders. Okay. If I have my head inside and Miguel pushes my hips, look at his arms are so extended here. It's gonna be easy for me to rid of that, right? So Also too, if he pushes on my hip, just be careful on bottom of like hip switches, because if you notice, his wrist will go into extension and then him hurting his wrist. Okay, so I like to just put in some safety precautions there. So if I'm here with Miguel, if he pushes my hips, he's fully extended, he's weak. The thing that's gonna put pressure on him the most, which would be the closest, is my shoulder. Okay, so if I'm here on Miguel, if he pushes my shoulder, you see, push, push, push. You see now, look how much further I am away. Push my hips. You see, so keep that in mind when you guys are doing some like guard retention without any grips, okay? So try to push the shoulder. Try to always have your person in the center line, same center line as you. Like if Miguel's playing guard here, he's doing everything right, his knees and heels are to him, but if I'm here and he stays there, I'm just gonna keep working and working. So he needs to figure out a way to adjust himself and realign himself. Another thing too for the person on bottom is I try not to use my feet on the mat to recover my guard. So if he's here and let's say I'm this way and he puts his feet on the mat to hip escape, you see like there's all of this here. So a good drill too, I like to tell parents this drill, especially with like kids who just started running or walking or crawling, is play a game with them, right? Let's say I'm Miguel's kid, okay? And and I'm just gonna be like running around here. He's gonna be making sure his knees are to his chest, his palms of his feet is facing me, his toes is to his nose, and his heel is to the ceiling. Now for Miguel to keep his frames intact, right? He can use his elbows and triceps to like move around. See here, and you see he's doing like a knee tuck. This is important. If he uses his feet on the mat, see his frame got away. But if he uses his elbows, you see he's using this little knee tuck to bridge himself up. Now a subtle thing too is when he does it, he's bridging up and he's like twisting his hips. Because by the time he twists his lower body, as he raises his upper body, naturally our spine is going to realign. So just keep that in mind when you are on both top and bottom. Another thing too, when I close this off, is the use of your hooks. So if I'm walking this direction, feet to you, nose to you. If I'm walking to this direction, he can use the opposite leg to help keep connected. If I go the other way, he can use his feet to stay connected. At the same time, he will be having, so if I'm going this way, he'll use this hook and he'll have this frame up. Because if I try to drive into Miguel here, he has this frame. He can create some distance and then get me back in between his legs. The goal is to keep your partner in front of you the whole time, okay? So we talked about my partner has a grip on the pants, try to circle out, okay, makes it weak. Again, we both have one grip here. His grip is his foot, mine is my hand. So we're kind of even here, but I feel I have more power to take this off, okay? This is not wrong. Just you guys can use this as an opportunity to gain control so your partner can't move around too much, okay? Knowing where to frame, even if I'm like half guard, like this, if he pushes my hips, look at all of my chest is just gonna ride right into his chest here, or sorry, my shoulder's gonna jump right into his chest. And now I'll start taking over this space. So to manage that right, I beat this first frame, I cleared it out. Next frame, I cleared it out. His next frame would be my shoulders, okay? So just keep that in mind again, and now Miguel can use that frame here to help regain another frame, and then now maybe distance himself from you, okay? Is there any questions? No? So this is basically like an intro to like open guard, no grips, guard retention, okay? So the drill is gonna be where the person on top is gonna be circling around. You don't have to like knee cut, you don't have to long step. I just want the person on top circling. Again too, this is a good opportunity for the person on top to practice their footwork. I'm not just circling to circle, I am also working here. So if Miguel and I are here, I'll be here, and I'm already using this here. See, like for me, I'm already planning my next passes, but I'm still letting him work. You guys got it? So one person on top for about a minute. Try not to have your feet, if I get to here, try not to have your feet on the mat. It's not wrong, but then again, it opens up space. So, but yeah. We'll work more too tomorrow where I don't want to overload you guys with too much information where another thing too is like framing the shins. So I call it dribbling the leg. It's to where, let's say Miguel passes to this side and you're like, I'm already framing this shin here because I know he needs to get this leg close to close, right? So if he tries to pass it like knee on belly right away, I'm already framing here and I'm already bringing my knees to my chest, dribbling it to my other leg. So if we do that again, see he's here, and I have it here, and now I have control. He grabs the grip on my pants, I'll circle, now I have connection. Again too, if you guys get to like a spider grip here, break this grip, don't let them have it, and now you guys have control, okay? So more open guard retention today, and then tomorrow we'll go through other stuff. You have to be here to find out, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Cool? Sound good? So one person, and then that's it. That's all your question. No? All right, 1, 2, 3.